Hot dog, here we go. Sorry I'm late. I'll make it up. All right, let's do this. Hello, everyone. Again, I had to change the Mrs. battery. Well, I had to take it to get changed because I didn't know how to do it. Don't buy a 2017 Jeep Compass. All right, Q&A is Mizonix said, what should sequels have been about if they were part of the old Legends canon? In your opinion, of course, and adaptations of Legacy of the Force, for example. I think, in my opinion, it should have taken place after Crucible and been a story kind of on its own. With the originals, you can have Jaina in there. Everyone go, what happened to Chewbacca? Well, he died. All they have to say is he's dead. That's it. That's all they have to say. If you want to read about it, you read about it in the books. Everyone's like, oh, I don't want to read all those books. Okay, well, how did Han and Leia break up? You know, that they started that with stuff that you should know. Why is Luke? Where's Luke? Where's Luke? Luke's a hermit now. So all that stuff, they basically leave you guessing anyway when you see episode 7. So you can just have your own separate adventure, you know, just as they are. Of course, Jaina, his daughter, maybe Alana as his granddaughter, or actually Alana, I think at this point is with Tenel Ka. So she didn't have to be in the movies in a way, and they can just have their own separate adventure, and then they can still build the story around it. I would do both. You could easily have done both, and then introduce those new characters with some of the old characters and bring more people in to enjoy the story, the legacy that is Star Wars. That's how I would have done it. Let's see. Iger says, when you're all done with your EU reviews, what's next? I thought about doing deep dive reviews and everything, but then I thought, you know what? That's been done over and over. Everyone has done it. I'm not knocking those people. I think they're great reviews, but what can I say that's different? You know, when they go page by page, chapter by chapter, or something like that, that's great. But me just repeat it all, so I don't like that. I am going to do top 5, you know, or top 10 favorite books, top 10 worst books of the EU. Do that with comic books, do that with children's books, so on and so forth. Do a little bit of that because I know everyone's been wanting to know that, so I'll do those first. Those will be fun, and then so there's 2 suggestions. One is to go through all of the role-playing books, which is interesting. It's interesting. I don't know how interesting videos those would be, but those are interesting. And then someone else suggested to go through all the TV episodes individually. I could do that in chronological order and get rid of that's the only bad thing. I have to watch Filoni's Clone Wars again. But I could do it in chronological order and watch his crap first, and then. But I could also talk about the good things I like about it because, you know, like I said, I didn't hate every episode. There's some good episodes in there. So either do that and then I'll run it all the way through, maybe do all the TV, you know, the TV movies, do those again, and do like a TV series review. Maybe. I mean, that sounds interesting. Maybe. But I have till April to think about that, to be honest, because we have stuff for February. We're going till March. It'll be, to my estimates, end of March when I get to Legacy. Legacy is one big series, then one short, practically 2 short series, you know, Legacy War and then Legacy 2. So I don't know how long. I'm not going to try to stretch it out, but I don't know if that'll last me all of April or not. But also remember that there's some unpublished stuff that I could also review. There's some new stuff I could find. Someone made a suggestion on my last Q&A. I checked it out. It is technically new EU to me. I've never seen it before. I got it. The story sucked, but I'll review it anyway. And then after that, you never know. There's some Ewok stories that are being translated from another foreign country. There's the Hungarian Han Solo books that are being translated right now. I do want to review all of those, just like I reviewed Heart of the Jedi. Joe Bongiorno said he'd give me a copy, early copy of Supernatural Encounters or Cult Encounters if I wanted to read it. It fits in between, I think he said, Legacy of the Force and Fate of the Jedi. I think it's when that adventure takes place. But I'm gonna let they're in the final proofing of that, so that should be done maybe by March. Who knows? I think he said spring. He wanted to make sure to start getting that out. So I'll definitely read and review that. So you could see, I mean, if all that stuff comes out, then yes, I could go till May if you think about it. I could probably go to May. I'm not really trying to stretch the series out as much as I can because I do plan to finish. But the series will never go away because, like I said, I keep finding new stuff. Every year I find something new, and who knows what else will be coming out. So the my expanded universe will keep going, but I'll just have to do something on the side. It'll be fun either way. But I got till April to think about it. Bernardo asks, how are those packages from Germany looking? Man, I ordered stuff from Germany November 14th. I thought it was the 24th, but it was the 14th when I look back at my receipts. And they're not in. It's been 2 months now, going on 3. It's 2.5, about to be 3 in 2 more weeks. Either they're lost. I mean, everyone said during, COVID and everything, everything's gone slower. That's the truth. But holy cow, 3 months, 3 months. There's something else I want, another game I'm looking at that you can only get in Germany. Only. I've checked everywhere. And I may have to bite the bullet and just go ahead. But I know it's not going to come in until next year. I don't know. I'm really aggravated because, well, one, not as much. It's a mini expansion to a game that I got. I'm not going to play it anytime soon, so the mini expansion can hold off. But there's one that I've been looking for. It's another little mini expansion to a Queen game that I've been looking for years. Finally found someone willing to sell it on BGG for from Germany. It was the only one. I was like, I got to get it. It's a great game. It's a great game. It keeps going up in my rankings. It's a Queen game, and it's the only Queenie I can never find. It's just 4 cardboard pieces, really. And I'm sure the doofus stuck it in a letter and just mailed it snail mail to me, but it's going to take literally forever to get to me. And I'm holding off playing that game for now. But after I could go one more game group maybe without playing it. But after a while, I got to get it to the table because I want to play it, but I want to wait until that mini expansion comes in. But now I'm thinking it's never going to come in like you really wanted. No. That. All right. Do you think we'll ever see George's sequels in comic books or novel form? I don't know. Never say never, right? But I don't know. But it changes every 2 months, his ideas for it. So Jenna Acolyte, have you ever thought about covering 80s TV shows and cartoon villains or bad guys? That's interesting. Villains, cartoon villains. We've done favorite TV shows and favorite cartoons through the decades, but cartoon villains and stuff, that would be interesting. I'll ask Benjamin about it. We have a few random ideas, Jedi Acolyte, and that could be one. Benjamin and I were planning to record something. We're going to do Prince of the Universe tonight, later on. At least I hope so. But I don't know. I don't know. Benjamin and I have been kicking back and forth to certain things we want to do. But, man, we're having so much fun. I'm really glad he's back. Really glad he's back. My wife, who was last year's kind of main co-host, or no, she was my co-host 2 years ago. And then it was Benjamin for a little while. Then he left. Then he came back. And then even before, way before that, I kind of went through a phase where I had a bunch of guest stars. A lot of John Stepdaddy I love. He was a great co-host. He lives in Florida now. But I love that man. And then my original co-host, CJ and Mikey. CJ got married. He has like 3 kids now or something. He's way too busy to record, even though I'd love to have him back. And then Mikey, I think, got married. I don't know. He was supposed to be, but then COVID happened, so I don't know if he got married or not. But he and his girlfriend, she has a family. She has kids, and so he's been being daddy to those girls, and he's just been too busy. But I'd definitely love to have them back. They're fun. Maybe for episode 200, which is going to come out in when? April, May? I can't remember. With you being a fan of, and this is Jedi Acolyte again, of several sci-fi series and board games, what sci-fi board game do you think would make for a potential TV series or movie? Twilight Imperium. That's the only, I think that story is so epic. Twilight Imperium by far. I love Twilight Imperium. We've already played it once with the expansion. We had 8 players and a 9th one sitting in the wings. We teamed up with 2. Someone asked if they could just grab some old pieces. I'm this close to asking Fantasy Flight for replacement pieces, like how much would, you know, just a whole set of green or blue or whatever, and then spray, I'm not even kidding, spray painting them different colors so that we can play a 10-player game. Because I'm almost positive at this point. I mean, we had 8, and there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 people who did, no, 5 people who wanted to play but couldn't make it. I could do like a 13-player game. I would. You would need like 1 billion tables for that. The 2 tables we had together were huge. Were huge. All right, so let's see. Weasel, get this question all the time. Have you read any Hand of Thrawn 45 written fan novels? I tried. I know people love them. I'll give them another try. I wasn't quite hooked. But I'm not going to say they're terrible, because I'll give them another try. But I did have a rough time getting hooked. But I will give it another try because I've been busy. Would you consider creating some sort of unofficial EU Legend story group where you and other members will work on projects and continue the EU? We can't get professional writers to join us. They would not do that. That would look bad on them. And that would be the bad thing. The only, that's, you're talking about Plan B that I talked about a long time ago in one of my videos. And the only reason I know it won't work is because you need someone there. Like if Stackpole, Lucino, Denning said, hey, I'm going to make this fan fiction. It's not real. It didn't really happen. It's just my idea. We would all accept it as canon. All of us would, right? Because it came from one of them. If it comes from whoever, some guy in Kentucky that writes a, you know, like the Hand of Thrawn 45 guy, he writes a few things. Would everyone consider that to be part of their canon if it fits in? Some people would, some people wouldn't. You need someone in authority, you know what I'm saying? So you would need like a Stackpole, a Lucino, a Denning to say, hey, I'm just going to write fan fiction, and everyone would accept it, right? We do that with everyone's stories that were being created for West End Games, adventure journals, you know, the ones that didn't come out. All those I consider canon in a way, in a weird way, because they were ordered, but then West End Games fell apart. Like Joe Bongiorno's Cult Encounters. That was supposed to be a 6-part series, I believe, for StarWars.com. And then the order came through. Disney got bought out. They said, hey, put it on hold. And then they told him, just cancel it. Well, he had already written most of it. And so he just finished it. Well, then he wanted to rewrite it in big novel form, which I can't wait. He added like 400 pages to it. That one I could consider canon. It was ordered created. I'm going to do a Matt Chat video, not this month, but maybe next month or so, on if I would consider the Hungarian Han Solo novels canon, because they were by a publisher who had the rights. They just didn't get permission to make those new stories. Now that is a conundrum, right? And I'll be honest, me personally, I think the only way I would consider something canon at the blue is, well, I'm not going to talk about that. Maybe later I'll answer that one. I'll get in trouble. Oh, wait till you see More Civilized Age, which I'm thinking may be live, because we got to record it Thursday night. That's the only night we all have open. So I'm thinking about just throwing that thing live. I don't know how that would work, but I'm thinking about it. Siberian Dream. Do you remember the Super Friends cartoon from the 70s and 80s? Yes, I wore this for you. Do you know what this is? Do you know who this is from the Super Friends cartoon? Marv, Wendy, and Wonder Dog. Yes, I don't even know if you can see me because I'm reading the questions off here. Can you see the shirt? Yeah. I love Super Friends. Absolutely love Super Friends. I hear it's garbage these days now. It's like not a good cartoon. My buddy he rewatched me and said, dude, those things sucked. I was like, really? Because that's what made me a DC fan. That's why I'm a Riddler fan, because Riddler was part of the Legion of Doom. And so for years, I thought Riddler was Batman's arch nemesis. I knew Joker was a bad villain too, but I thought Riddler was the main one. And still to this day, I'm a big Riddler fan because of it. I have the Challenge of the Super Friends card game. I hate card games. I don't have that many. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. I don't have that many card games. I have very little card games. Looking over all my card games here because I just don't like card games. But that's one I kept in my collection. I absolutely love it, and nephews really love it too. And I need to bring it out to my gaming group now that I talk about it because that's a fun game. Yeah, but I hear it hasn't aged well. Man, as a kid, I can even tell you there's one episode where they all turn into these big dumb cavemen. And I remember what I was doing. I was sitting down. My mom had made some fresh nuts and bolts, which is basically Chex Mix with pretzels. And we were sitting there eating the fresh, hot, warm nuts and bolts and watching Super Friends. Nothing better. Now that memory is burned into my brain. I know exactly the episode I was watching because I was so happy at that point. Like fresh Chex Mix and Super Friends. Warm Chex Mix and doesn't get any better. Fresh out of the oven. Didn't come in a bag back then, folks. All right. Have you perfected your evil formula that will change people into Ewoks yet? Not yet. All right. So you're talking about the next Rebel raid. I know you've been asking that question, and I just haven't had time to answer it, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'd like to do one. I'd like to do one again, like the old school one. I don't know when. I kind of like Star Wars Reads Day. I want to do, I don't know, but I'd like to hit up Lucasfilm with the Rebel Raid again. I just don't know. We had one project that failed, and we're going to talk about it on a more civilized age. I asked if we could talk about it, and they said yes. It was very bold. It was a very bold venture. There's another one that I can't talk about because whenever I mentioned it after our first plan failed, I mentioned it, and eyebrows raised, and they went, what? And I was like, what? No? And they're like, what? I was slowly talked down from the cliff by Joe Bongiorno. He went, you know, man, I like crazy ideas, but let's hold back a bit. I had a zany idea. How many vintage board games do I have? Says Daniel Bills. Daniel, I have tons, over 100. Vintage, what I describe vintage as 15 years or older. Reprints do count. I actually just bought a vintage game, and I've only played it by myself. It's a 2-player game right now, and I know one of my friends in my game group is going to go nuts over it. And it was a game I wanted to play when I first got into board games. I wanted to play it. Totally forgot about it because it wasn't in the Gen Con library. And then something triggered my memory on it just a few weeks ago. I was like, oh, yeah, I was going to find that game. And I found a special edition copy, and it is beautiful. I can't wait to play it with him. I think he's going to go nuts over it. And he's going to have to buy it, but you're going to have to throw down pretty pennies for it because it went in the past 8 years or whenever I got into games, it's gone up in price. I don't want to talk about it yet because I haven't played it fully, but yeah. Yeah, I got a few. So fun stuff, Daniel. In fact, if I run out of board games to review, which right now I got 2 new ones I need to get to the table. I will this weekend. But if I run out of games, someone asked if I could do like playthroughs. I might do that. I just don't know. I just hate because so if I get a rule wrong, everyone's going to put in the comments. Anyway, shouldn't worry about that, right? Shouldn't be so vain. Josh Farr, insecure. That's the word. Do you think the prequels cheapen Anakin's redemption by having him murder women, children, and younglings? Well, you can obviously make that. You can make that argument. I would say no. I think it's fine. I understand. I mean, Star Wars is about redemption, but yes, he probably slaughtered thousands, tens of thousands of Jedi too, and hundreds of thousands of people. As Darth Vader, he probably sentenced tons of people to death, killed tons of people. Why does killing the Emperor and balancing the Force finally give him redemption? That's the Star Wars storyline. I mean, it's happened to everyone. Everyone's been murderers of millions. Vader especially, right? He had like 20 years of murder tons of people. So I definitely see your point. I would say no, but you have a fine argument. You have a fine argument. I don't know if I'd go into that debate. Excluding Luke and the New Jedi Order, pick 2 members you would try to defend you. The rest will try to kill you. Who do you choose? You chose one of mine, of course, Kip Duran. The second one you chose was Kyle Katarn. Very good choice. Very good choice. So let me go a little bit different. Let me say Saba Sabatine. I love Saba Sabatine. So I'll go that one. But Kyle Katarn, great choice. Someone asked, where would I put the Ewoks cartoon? I believe I put it prior to New Hope. I believe I did in my reviews, my overall review of it. Michael says, what do you think about most of Star Wars games being branded as one official Lucasfilm games? Haven't heard about that, but okay. What do you have? Do you have additional thoughts on George Lucas and Dave Filoni directing Star Wars Underworld series? I don't even know if they are, but if they did, it'd be new canon, and I wouldn't be interested. What would you like? What would my top 10 Star Wars games list be? I don't know. I didn't play that many. If you're talking board games, I mean, obviously Queen's Gambit's number one. No, it was number one on my vintage list, and then followed closely by Epic Duels. Epic Duels has really impressed me. I mean, sure, certain characters are overpowered, but when you're playing like multiple players and everything, and people aren't teaming up against you, I don't know. I just really enjoyed it this past year. My wife started playing it with me again. She's always won. She has never lost. She's so afraid she's going to lose that, her winning streak will end. But she really does a good job. She's really figured that game out. And I absolutely love it. She skunked me 2 or 3 times in a row when we played last year. And I had fun every time. Getting beat. But it's a fun game. I know they reprinted it as Unmatched. Restoration Games did. But Epic Duels, I was shocked to see it climb up my list in the top, I think it was top 10, number 8 or something. I was like, whoa, because I just realized I just really like that game. And then, of course, there's Sabacc, which I'm really happy about the new deck I got. That's really awesome. Got to play Sabacc a little bit more this past year than I have ever before. So Sabacc rose up the list. And then, Ewok Save the Trees. No, it's not Ewok. It's, what's it called? Yes, Ewok Save the Trees. That's a fun little game. I don't know. I may eventually get what's that one by Fantasy Flight Games? Imperial Assault. I need to play it first. I hear it plays just like Descent. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested, but I want to play it first. And if so, I'll get that. You ask, what's your favorite horror movie? If you do that in a top 5, Prince of the Universe, well, usually our top 5s are Saturday Morning Salmon Flange. And we've done horror movies before, but I was thinking about going back and readdressing that, see if anything's changed the past few years. But to be honest, no, I don't think anything's changed out of my top 5 horror movies. Which lightsaber martial arts fan film is the most? I don't watch many fan films, so sadly I can't answer that one. What kind of popular music culture franchise gets you in the mood of creating your own lightsaber tricks? I don't know, man. It's been a while. The 2 albums I used to love was Duel of the Fates, and is it The Confrontation? Is that Episode 3, Obi-Wan and Anakin fighting? I used to, true story, I had one of those CD alarm clocks, and they would, it'd wake you up by playing the CD, whatever track you had it on. Yeah, old school. And I always set it to that episode. Episode 3 had just come out, and I thought John Williams' score, by the way, the prequels, I believe, are inferior to the original movies. But those soundtracks are on par, if not superior, than the original movie soundtracks. I really think John Williams shone in the prequels. That all 3 of those are just absolutely beautiful. And I was pissed that episodes 2 and 3 have never gotten a full soundtrack release. Only episode 1. That's a shame. That is a shame because that's beautiful music. But The Confrontation, I used to wake up to that every morning. No, 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 no. Oh man, I loved it. Ooh, best way to wake up. Fun story. If anyone, I don't care sharing this. I suffer from night terrors. I have nightmares, constant nightmares every night. And I used to wake up screaming. I don't anymore. Basically know I'm going to have a nightmare. Basically walk through it. And I've gotten very violent because of it in my dreams. I'll go back. I'll run from the monster or whoever's trying to kill me or eat me or, whatever. And then I'll get tired, turn around, and then start attacking it. Like I'll dive into the shadows and just fight whatever ugly beast or creature it is. And just suffer from night terrors. I think my little girl suffers from night terrors too. I think she got that from daddy. But the other night, man, I was getting violent. It was like, I think I found a dream where the person who was giving me these terrors, I finally found the culprit. And I was strangling him, man. I was saying all sorts of wild things to him. I said, "You're going to die. You're going to die. You may as well tell me how you did it, but I'm going to kill you anyway." And I was getting really dark, and I heard someone say, "Matt, Matt, Matt." And I was thinking that, oh, they're trying to stop me from killing this guy. No, it was my wife trying to wake me up because I'd overslept. Almost was late for work, and I work from home. That was great because I trained, and I was like trying to get my morning voice. I was like, "And good morning, everyone. I just woke up 15 minutes ago. How are you?" It was a late night. The girls didn't sleep well last night. Darth Prime, if you ever wrote an EU novel, what would it be about in the era it would take place? Well, I wrote a short story called "Oh Father." Is it "Oh Father, Where Art Thou?" And it was about Jedi Prince Ken. And shortly after the events of the last book, yeah, the Jedi Prince series, I did a short story on it. And I made sure that it tied up the story of Triculus and Ken and everyone, because I hated that they kind of got ignored. And I reread it not too long ago. It's not so bad. But I do stuff like that, stuff that wouldn't impact the main characters. Probably leave alone. I'd probably do side character stories of the EU. But I remember I tied up a few things in that book. I tied up the science adventures that never ended. C-3PO makes a comment about them, and a few other things I tied up with a nice little short story. But yeah, so that's what I did. And if I can't find it anymore, I guess it's gone. We used to read off portions of it on Prince of the Universe, and now I can't find it. I don't know where it went. And I'm kind of bummed because I want to read it again. But my Return to Endor novel I wrote in college, which was awful, awful. But we were reading portions of it at the beginning of Prince of the Universe and laughing about it. But some of them weren't that bad. Some of the chapters like, that's not bad. Not a bad piece there. But I'd like to look it over again and kind of rewrite that. But I don't know where that file went. It was a paper I printed it out a long time ago, and I don't know where it went. It disappeared. So I don't know if my wife, threw it away by accident, or I don't know where it went. I thought I used to know, but now can't find it anywhere. My old Return to Endor story. Would have loved to have seen that one. Would have been about Ewoks. It was going to be a trilogy. It was about what happened. Sindel Tatwani coming back to Endor like 20 years later or something. And then it takes place shortly after the Black Fleet crisis. And then I was going to do a sequel called An Ewok on Coruscant, where Wicked goes to visit Sindel on Coruscant, but he gets lost. Sindel goes to the wrong landing platform, or the person trapped taking the Ewoks put them on the wrong landing platform, and they kind of have their own little misadventure on the planet Coruscant. And Ewoks don't know what's going on, so they're attacking different things, inanimate objects, and flying around in speeders, crashing things, causing a bunch of panic. And she's kind of following their trail, trying to, find Wicked and his friends. And then the third one, and that was going to be a short story. And then the third one was going to be a big novel called Dark Moons of Endor, where the Ewoks encounter the Vong. But see, the Ewoks are not technologically savvy. They don't have any technology, which they're all natural, which is what the Vong like. So the Vong really weren't going to be enemies of the Ewoks. They were actually going to extend, friendship. And the Ewoks knew the Vong were bad. And so the Ewoks were going to be like, yeah, we'll be friends. But the whole time they were planning an uprising to take down the Vong. And they do. They battle the Vong. And it gets bloody on Endor. And they have the help, I think, Sindel and her husband, who I was going to hook her up with some other low-named Jedi from a children's book. And they're on Endor when the Vong invasion happens. She takes the kids to Endor just to keep them safe, but then the Vong's everywhere. So they go into hiding. The Ewoks hide them. But then, of course, with the help of the two Jedi, with the help of one Jedi, Sindel's husband is a Jedi, they go on a plan to, take out the Vong. There you go. Now you can write it. He'll probably do a better job than me. Darth Prime also asked, what are your thoughts on the test footage of the canceled Underworld series? I think I said this in a Q&A a long time ago, but I thought it was interesting. It was interesting. I didn't know they'd filmed that much. Would you ever consider doing a top 10 Star Wars list like books, games? Yeah, I already answered that earlier. So yes, I would. All right, so boom, boom, boom. Got that all done. Not too bad. Half an hour done. Whoa! I knew this would be blown up here. So here we go. Jamie, this isn't the channel you were looking for. Hey, Jamie, how's it going? Hey, Chris. Full Highlander. That's right. You never go full Highlander, I don't think. I did review the Dune books. I gave them a light overview, Rob D, on Prince of the Universe about a month ago. I think last month I did. I think last month I did it. I did an overview of all the Dune books because I just reread them this past year, and they're fantastic. But unpopular opinion, Frank Herbert is overrated. Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson, of course I love Kevin J. Anderson, do a much better job. Frank Herbert over-explains everything, and a lot of it is, I can't remember the word when you're trying to describe what happens in the universe. It's just a bunch of whatever that word is, and that's most of Dune. I don't think it's that good. Rereading Frank Herbert's Dune, they were not as good. Not as good as Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. Probably unpopular, but I said it. Oh, you just passed 200. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I'm at, I think I'm 2 subscribers short. I checked that today, and I was 2 subscribers short of 6,000, which was really awesome. I told my wife, I said, I don't know if I'll hit this at the end of the month or not, and I didn't. So let's see where I'm at. Yeah, I'm 2 subscribers short right now. 5,998. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, now's the time. 2 subscribers away. It'll happen. You don't want to see Matt's auto repair universe. It took me, when I put in a car radio, it took me like half a day. Back when everyone was putting in their own car radios and, CD players. It took me forever to put in that CD player. It takes me forever to do everything. But the battery was under warranty, which is great because it was a $300 battery. Now it only costs $150. I feel better because I got 2. But the thing is, though, they don't renew the warranty. They only give you 1 battery. If that battery goes dead in the next year or so, it's a 3-year warranty, then they'll give me another one. After that, I have to buy a new one. So I got this new one. These batteries last 2 years max. Because my wife, it's a brand new car, got in 2017, brand new. Battery went dead in 2019. And now 2 years later, battery's dead again. And the battery will go dead again in 2023. I'll have to pay for it all over again, but at least it'll last 4 years. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I kind of got that Joaquin Phoenix Joker hairstyle now. I think about that. It's kind of funny. You're rewatching and ranking every star. Here, I need to show these. I feel sorry for you. Homework break. Were you a college professor? Oh, yeah. Okay, Sam. Here's the deal. I used to prank the. No, it wasn't. I used to prank the university, even when I was in college. Because if you dress up, everyone thinks you're a teacher's assistant. What's it called? You're in the master's program, and you're teaching. And I'd always teach the 101s and stuff, but I never did. I wasn't a teacher at all. I just fake it. And I did that after my freshman year. The first day, I'd always dress up and pretend to be a teacher. And grad students, what they thought that you were. And I continued to do that well after college. I used to prank the campus for years. And those first old videos of me pranking the university, those are all real. They did not see it coming. The only thing that we didn't film after it was a song called, and it was a video called The Crawl. It was not that funny because you can't see me. The guy holding the video didn't catch me in there, but I was crawling through the crowd. I think I posted that. After we did that, and I slowly crawled out, like I wasn't in the right place, so I did the stupid crawl. But you couldn't see my face. You couldn't see what I was doing. All the students were looking at me like, what is this guy's problem? We got out. We were laughing, me and the cameraman were, and we ran smack into the president of the university. And he still had at first he had the camera rolling, but he turned it off. And I wish he hadn't, because I was like, I just want you to know, President Kofer, I am so happy to be here. I'm proud to be a ULM Warhawk or Indian or whatever we were back then. I said, you're just doing a great job. He goes, well, thank you, young man. I said, you're welcome, sir. And we walked around the corner. I said, did you get that? He goes, no, I turned the camera off. I said, you turned the camera off? Why'd you turn the camera off? Never turn the camera off. Those are good days, man. Now, I got some college stories. Fun times. And well, he's retired now. The last teacher, the last professor I had in college, he stayed. His retirement year was a few years ago, but he stayed on because his granddaughter wanted to take a class with him. But he was the last. He's the last. Well, not the last. There's some superintendents now who still know me, or department heads who still know me. Like if I was to walk on campus, because he said, you know, what's her name? And she said, she asked about y'all. I said, really? He said, yeah, she does not forget you. All the teachers knew me for years afterwards. Because when I would prank the campus, I'd also stop by and say hello to all of my professors. And I saw him 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, when the girls were born. He was going one more year, he said. He was going to do the 2019-2020 semester year, and that was it. He was going to retire because his granddaughter wanted to take a class with him. So he had held out until his granddaughter was there. But he knew who I was. He went, Mateo, my Spanish teacher. He's like, Mateo, how are you? And he was great, man. But he's always been, like I said, those professors never forgot me, for good or bad. They all have fond memories of me, but I wasn't that good of a student. I was kind of like the poor man Zach Morris. Okay? If there's something I could get away with, I get away with it. We did things by the book sometimes, and we cut corners, but we cut corners legally. Actually, true story. And some of the professors know this. I'm the reason they changed one of their bylaws, because I found a way to cheat the system. It pissed them off, but I read the law, I read the rules, and I found a loophole. And they closed that loophole the very next semester. My buddy, who was a professor, said, you know, they closed that loophole. I was like, what? He said, yeah, they changed the bylaw. He said, when you pointed that out to them and they found out there's nothing they could do, they changed it. I found that they got rid of the minor too. I found where my major and my minor aligned perfectly. So that means, and the rule book said, if you have a class that is also needed for your minor, it counts as both. It's only, you know, the 3-hour course, but it counts as 6, because if it matches what's on your minor, it's fine. They didn't realize that they had a minor that lined up exactly with the major. And after much study, I found out. There's only 2 people who graduated with a minor in religion at that school, and I was one of them, and the last one too. But it lined up perfectly with history, perfectly. And when they saw that, and there was nothing I got out a whole year early. It took me 3 years to graduate college. They were pissed. They were pissed. They couldn't do anything about it, though. They changed that rule. They got rid of the religion major, and you can only have a certain percentage, no more than what percent, either 50 or 30, I can't remember, can match up. After that, you know, if it matches up more than that, you got to take a different minor. That's what the rules say now. And every one of my teachers thought I was going to be a lawyer. Every single one of them said that. They said, you're going to be a lawyer. Because I walked in to that dean's office with my sleeves rolled up, and I brought the book. And I threw the book down. I said, let's talk about your rules. And the dean actually said, he's like, stop. And he turned to the head department head and said, is this the kid you tell me about that whenever he gets his way, he shuts up, but when he's not getting it, it looks like he's not going to get his way, he starts talking? He went, yeah. And I was like, wait, you talk about me to the dean? I was like so impressed. Oh, man. Oh, the things I did in college. Sam, ask me a college question next time. I'll tell you another college story later on. I could do that all night long. That's a good Saturday morning Sam Flange topic. Oh, maybe I'll do it for that. I got fun college stories. What's my favorite Star Wars novelization? That's a great question. Probably Revenge of the Sith. Oh my goodness, 2:30 in the UK. Who's your favorite Skywalker Solo from the EU? That's a great question. Jason Solo, maybe. Yeah, I am. I called it from the very beginning because it's from an old storyline, the House of M storyline. And I knew that's where they were going with it. And it makes sense, right? Since I think her children died or something in the comp. Oh, no. Whoa, I almost spoiled something. Never mind. Let me not talk about this. But, you know, Vision's dead. So that Vision's the one that's dead. Her children didn't die. I figured out what happened now. And Wanda kind of went insane. They're doing the same storyline. Now, there's lots of rumors online. You can check them out. And they're right because they're looking at the comic book. But I agree. I think it's a very good idea if that's what they're going with. I don't mind it. I think it's fine. My wife wanted to see it. I didn't want to see it. I'm watching it because my wife wanted to see it. And it's good. It's good. Glad she got me to see it. Oh, I love Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars. Not really a big fan of Filoni's, my friend. Not a fan. But I'll be honest, about half the stuff was good, but there's a lot of not so good stuff, in my opinion. It's supposed to be a guy who is exploring the outer edges of the galaxy. Angels. I can't remember what's all in there, but there's a bunch of mythology and lore from Star Wars that's all kind of wrapped into one. He explains the uncommon phenomenons in the universe. A lot of it from West End games, some of it from old UK comic books. I mean, he goes everywhere with it. It is, and I called this, and he's going to put this in the book, I think. I called it the Silmarillion of Star Wars because it feels like this big epic storytelling of countless years and stuff. And it's interesting. It's I say hard read because you want to pause every page. You got to pause and check Wikipedia to see where he's talking about because he's grabbing all sorts of lore. It's impressive. And now it's got what, 400 extra pages. Whew. Yes, quality. I know that, and I have read it. Thought it was fantastic. I got a review for it, but I'm holding off on it till the other ones come out. X-Wing Mercy Kill. I'm Ron Burgundy. I'll review that one. Yeah, that's coming. No, but I heard they remastered Babylon 5. I really want to watch that now. I want to see the remastered Babylon 5. Yes, anything DC animated universe, I love. Batman, the animated series, fantastic. Years later, I watched Batman Beyond. And after I got married, I wouldn't do it. A Saturday morning Santa Flange, when we were doing top 5 cartoons, my CJ put Batman Beyond and said, "Oh, that looked like garbage, man." He went, "No, it's great." He was right. It's a great show. And then just a year or so, maybe it was the same year, my buddy goes, "Have you seen Justice League?" I went, "No." "Justice League and Justice League Unlimited?" I said, "No, I don't want to see it." He said, "You got to see it." And I heard that it tied into, it's the same Batman, Kevin Conroy. I was like, okay. It was great. And, it was really good. And then just a few years ago. Oh, was it last year? Last year or 2 years ago? It wasn't that long ago. The girls were around. I watched, someone told me I had to watch, my buddy said, "You got to watch." He kept trying to get me to watch Superman animated series. I hate Superman. That animated series is good. It's good. Brainiac Attacks, not the best cartoon, but everyone says that. Kind of hokey. Anyway, I'm kind of surprised they let that go. And then a friend of mine, and this was last year, they wanted me to watch Static Shock because they said it was really good. It it had problems. Static Shock had problems all the way through. All the way through. It had bad storyline, bad art, bad animation. The animation got better every season, I'll say that. But the stories got repetitive. They weren't that good. They tried to change a few things to make it more interesting, but it was too little too late. So Static Shock, a little disappointing. There's a few good episodes here and there, but Static Shock, And then one that I didn't know about that I found out later on was the Omega Project. Is that what it's called? No. What's it called? The Project, the something. It's a spinoff of the Batman Beyond, and I didn't know about that. And I finally got it on DVD. Got it for a good deal because that's the only way you could have watched it. I don't know if it's on HBO Max, but it's interesting. Unfortunately, it doesn't finish, and it is a little boring at times. It's a little boring at times. I wish it would have been just a little bit more interesting. The Batman Beyond crossover they did with it was really good, but other than that, it was kind of hard to watch. It was kind of hard to watch. So, but they made a few new movies. They made another Justice League movie a few years ago. They made a Batman Harley Quinn, which it's part of the DC animated universe. That was very good. I was not excited to hear Harley Quinn storyline, but that was really good. And they said they'll keep making them movies as long as they're good. So I'm waiting to see what the next one will be. I'll collect them. I have them all on DVD or Blu-ray. I love them. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not excited about that. I'm not excited about it because everyone forget. I know I got a lot of good friends who can't wait for the Snyder Cut. But you know what, folks? It's Zack Snyder. He's not good. Period. He's garbage. Mini expansions coming by Tauntaun. Probably. Good gravy. If it didn't contradict the EU and they fit it all in, yes. Loser. I can say that now that he's gone. You know what? True story. I've only seen the first Resident Evil. Never seen the rest of them. I wanted to, but they're never. As far as I know, they're not streaming anywhere. I hear they're great one and done movies, but I only saw the first one. I don't remember anything about the first one anymore. But I'd be up to watching them again. I don't know. I never saw the other sequels, so I don't know. I don't know. George Lucas changes his mind on what the sequels are going to be every day. I feel like. Dorsk 82 from Leviathan. Dorsk 82? Didn't he die in Leviathan? Or did he die in Edge of Victory? I can't remember. I can't recall. Sorry, I don't know that one well enough. I'll have to reread it to check. Recovery is the ebook. I don't remember. Yep, that's because people are stupid. People are stupid. I can't tell you how many times. Skippy the Jedi, you want him back? Number one was cloned Emperor. You don't hear them complain about that now. Star Wars Insider Tales, I think. Yeah, it's gonna have Legends. It's gonna have some new stuff in there, but it's labeled Legends, which is really nice. I did a oh, there it is, the fiction collection. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, it's good if you want to get a printed collection of them. I'm thinking about it, but I just don't know because I have all the original issues because I subscribed back in the day. So I just don't know. I already have it in print. Do I need it in print again? If I didn't have it, I'd get it because I think it's awesome that they're doing it. And just skip over the new canon stuff. You don't like it. I mean, they have ideas. They've written out stuff before, but they won't put it out because they want to change the names and bring it out in a different type of story. But some of them have. I don't know if Aaron Alston wrote anything like that, but Stackpole told me once that he and Timothy Zahn worked on a 4-part series. And then after he said that, he realized he shouldn't have said that because I started hounding him for it. And he said, "Oh, that was on an old computer. We lost it years ago. We don't have it anymore." So, oh, look out. Lost everything. Doggone it. Let me get back. I like Children of the Jedi. Thought it was pretty good. Darksaber's great. Think I already answered that one. Oh, maybe. Oh, I went too high. Rats. Hold on. Woo! That's an expensive hobby there, Vinny. Expensive hobby there. Good luck. My friend Dylan loves that game. But Fantasy Flight stopped. They lost the rights to Star Wars. I don't know what happened. Either they wanted to, which I would doubt they did, or for some reason Lucasfilm's like, you can't do Star Wars anymore. I'm thinking they gave up the rights just to focus on some of their own content because it would be cheaper that way than paying for the Star Wars rights. That's what I'm guessing. Plus, they're trying to get the Marvel rights and everything. I guess they decided stick with just a few. I don't know. I hope that means there's more Twilight Imperium coming out because even though the expansion came out late last year, I'm ready for the next one. I really am. Yes. Hey, folks, you're going to see Ryan on More Civilized Age. Oh, he comes in and he steals my thunder. Ryan's a good guy. I completely agree with that. It's been brought to my attention before. Yes. I mean, the thing is, though, it has to be good quality stories. You have to be known for it. But I feel like there has to be someone who wrote or was involved with the expanded universe officially that wants to do it. I think you need something to weigh it down, some kind of name. like a, Michael Stackpole, a James Luceno. Heck, I'd even take Kathy Tyers or someone like that, I think it has to have some legitimacy, though. That's me. But a lot of people agree with you, Scott. A lot of people agree with you. There's an EU fan story group, like the Wizard of, if you know the Royal Keepers of Oz, the story group of Oz. They come out. They continue with the blessing from the family of Frankie Baum. They only put out good Wizard of Oz stories that are in continuity with everything else. So there is but I mean, Wizard of Oz, it's public domain now, so you can do whatever. But there is a group, and whatever they decide, that is official canon. And again, they have the blessings of the family to decide what books are canon. I think their last book only came out in ebook form, though, because Wizard of Oz fans are few and far between, the deep, big ones. And so they're losing popularity. So I don't think their last book came out in print. But still, it's interesting to see that that's a fan club that has been successful because it has the respect of every diehard Oz fan. And I've read all the Oz books. I think they're pretty good. They're a little weird. Tim Burton should make those movies. They're Tim Burton movies. Tim Burton's names should be written all over those. Yeah, I'll review that one. I'll let you know. Yes, you have, Dylan. You're one of the oldest ones. I need to talk to you, by the way, too. Need to talk to you. Yeah, two away. Let's see if that's changed. I'm at 6,000 now. Did anyone subscribe? Hey! Hey! 6,001. Now I got to make a 6,000 video. I was thinking today, I totally haven't been paying attention to it. And like today, when I checked, I was like, oh no, I'm like 2 subscribers away. And I was thinking, what can I do for 6,000? I have no idea. Let me know in the chat. I have no idea. I sat there thinking about it because I haven't thought about 6,000 before. What did Ryan do when he hit 6,000? Nothing. Because the next day he had 10. Hey! Austin, I don't know if you're still there watching the stream, but my friend, I have some fun news for you. There is a grand chance that by the end of this, before the end of this month, my friend, you and I will be playing games. I'll call you. I'll call you. There's a grand chance that you and I will meet. We may not play games. We may just visit, but there's a grand chance that you and I will meet again within the next few weeks. He just lives in a pineapple under the sea. That's all I know. No one cares what you think, Dylan. I always imagined Dark Nest as part of the New Jedi Order, like an aftermath. But no, you're officially it is part of the legacy. Which I remember for some reason that I didn't notice that till like years later, and that shocked me. I thought that was still in the New Jedi Order, but it's never been. It's never been. It's been up here. Maybe it was New Jedi Order up here, but I thought that was still part of the New Jedi Order era, like the aftermath or whatever. But it's always been legacy, and I just never paid attention to that. Yeah, that's the only bad thing about the guy. My goodness, there's a lot. I'm not going to catch up today, am I? Not really interested in the Clone Wars Visual Dictionary. I know a few people who would be. What is Darth Nihilus? Really? That's crazy. That's crazy. What's up, Tom? Saga of Steve Rogers podcast, which I'm going to be a part of. Hey! I'm going to do I'm going to be on Saga of Steve Rogers by the end of the month too. All right, let's see. Which Tom, I don't know if you're still watching, but I have an idea. I don't think your listeners are going to be happy. So we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. But I have an idea. We'll piss them off in a whole new way. That's why it's a great honeymoon vacation. It's magical. Oh, man, when I saw that, I thought it was super cool. Thanks. That's how far behind I am in these answers here. Wow, I didn't know I was that far behind. Oh my gosh. Oh no! Oh no! I lost everything. Where am I? Oh no. I clicked down again. All right, what is it? Oh, come on. Oh no, I am super far behind. It hit to the bottom. Sorry. Golly, I am so far behind. Oh, wow. It doesn't even show me that far back up. I passed over tons of people's. I'm sorry. There were so many comments. I was so far behind. Yes, we do, Michael. We do. I ain't talked to you, dude. It's been a while. Hope you're doing all right. Yay! Thank you. Thank you. At least this way I'll catch up. I'm sorry I skipped over. I didn't skip over. It won't let me scroll up anymore. I was so far behind. He's never really said anything about it. Only Han's been outspoken against it, well, back in the day. Pursuit of Happiness would be in mine. I think I'd have a different list, except for Pursuit of Happiness. That's interesting. Star by Star. I think I'll say that for a podcast. Trump. One of my favorite pranks, Matt, was against my cousin. My cousin refused to wait. He didn't want to take me to the airport because it was going to be like 3 in the morning or something, or 4 in the morning. He's like, I'm not getting up at 4, take you there to be, I had to be there by 5. You used to show up an hour early. I was like, I got to be there at 4. He's like, I'm not waking up. And he said, you got to get someone else to do it. I was like, I was pissed. I was like, dude, you're my cousin and my roommate. So what I did is I went in his room and I bought different alarm clocks and I set them to go off at 4:15 when I was already out the door. And then again at 4:30 in a different location. And then another one I hid to go off at 4:45. And then another one I hid to go off at 5:30. After the first two back to back, the next one's half an hour. And then the last one. And on the last one, I had a note attached to it. I said, don't you wish you would have took me to the airport, you blank? And I set him up all over his room. Well, when he was going to bed, he went, oh, hey, I'll take you to the airport. I don't care. I went, oh, okay. And then later I had to go in his room and say, hey, sorry, man. And I started picking up all the alarm clocks I'd hidden. Everyone was like, what? I was like, and I told him what I was going to do. He's like, oh, man, you're terrible. I was like, I know. It was going to be a great joke, though. It was going to be a great joke. No. Now, I don't watch any of the new canon stuff. Hey, Johnny, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Really? Why? That's weird. That's weird. I didn't know that. That's strange that they're letting them do that. It was NLU back in the day, Northeast Louisiana University. It's called ULM now. You're focusing English. You heard my song, I Love English. I was a history major. History. Man, I'm back to where I answered that college question. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, I'm so far behind. I'm so sorry, dude. Yes, I played the first. I think I played them both for a little while, but it was years later, and I just couldn't get into it. Oh, that's great. Not when I read it, he hadn't. But I think they talked about angels and all the. I can't remember everything, but I remember having to constantly go back and forth. I remember, it fits the Ewoks cartoons into the canon perfectly. I hear the new edition, and I'm not joking about this. Joe told me there's a guy with an Ewok that's in it. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. He's making a cameo. He and his pal Ewok, as they review the lore of Star Wars as best they know how. I don't know. Joe may have been kidding on that, but he did tell me that. Zeta thank you, Tom. The Zeta Project. Tom, did you see that? Like I said, I wanted to like it because it's DCAU, but it just felt it was missing a lot. Plus, it's supposed to be futuristic, but the future was they were very limited in their how they thought. Like in the future, you can go to any computer in a coffee place. Everything was hooked to the internet. A computer. You couldn't hold a computer in your hand like a smartphone. In the future, laptops and computers were everywhere, you know? So I get it. It was a very limited view of the future, which I know was kind of took away some of the magic of it. But even the story with Zeta wasn't that good. Wasn't that good. The girl wasn't that interesting. There's a few okay stories here and there, but maybe we talk about the DC animated universe, Tom. So mean. He's so mean. Really find that interesting. Everyone's doing chats without me. No, I haven't. I don't play many video games. If that's a board game, I've never heard of it, and I haven't played it either. You know what? For some reason, Dorsk 81 was good, but Dorsk 82, I felt, because Dorsk 81 was so unique, that's why he was interesting. Dorsk 82, I get it. I get it. It has the force because Dorsk 81 did. It cheapens the uniqueness of Dorsk 81 for me. No, I think I compared to the Force and the Asgard. Well, the Asgard were, falling apart. Their cloning was falling apart, which was a good storyline too, right? Kind of like the clones, actually, the first clones. That was a good story. That's interesting. I'll have to check it out, Lance. If you're asking me, old canon Thrawn. I don't know anything about new canon Thrawn, though, Braden. Oh, that's nice. Waru. Waru all day long. We both vote for Waru all day. You know what? To be fair, I did breach 6,000 when I mentioned you were going to be another guest on More Civilized Age. What do you think? Should we bring Stig on for More Civilized Age? I'll have to email you, Stig. See if you want to come on. You may not like the topic. Ryan doesn't. Brian looked at me like, "Is that the topic?" I said, "Yeah." Do you want to talk? I said, "Not really, but let's do it." And Chris, if he can come, he's really busy right now. Ooh, it used to be Goblet of Fire. I guess it would still be Goblet of Fire. I can't think of anything else. Yes, I did. I did like it. I did give it away to a buddy of mine who was interested, and it's a one and done read for me, but it's good. It's good. Saga of the Seven Sons was good. He gave me Kevin Janderson gave me a hardback copy of the very first book. Just gave it to me, so I'd read it, and of course I bought them all after that, and then the prequel comic book series. I got that too, but I gave it all to a buddy of mine. I gave those away, like I gave away my Forgotten Realms books. They're good one and done reads for me. And I had a buddy of mine, he was a big fan, and he had lost all of his books in a move or something. He was crushed because he couldn't buy them again. And so I gave him all mine for his birthday just to make room on my shelf. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Ryan there. I just don't know. They keep saying, you keep hearing rumors like that, but I just don't see them doing that. That's just me. Cool, cool. I don't like Discord, but cool. Oh no, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Let me know where it is. Oh, look, super sticker. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that. I get $5 for crossing 6,000 subscribers. Thank you, sir. I would. I like hot stuff, super hot stuff. But you know what, Lance? Sweet and hot get me worse than anything. Sweet and hot I can't do for some reason. Like super hot and super sweet, that kills me. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings, got their hottest sauce, and and uh and I ate it up. But when it came to their habanero pineapple or mango, whatever it is, I couldn't do it. It hurt my stomach, physically hurt my stomach. I do. I think I do a Matt chat about that if I haven't already. I'm going to do a Matt chat because someone asked me about unreleased stuff that I've read that I enjoyed. Probably not. The closest I've been is Baltimore, unless Albany is closer. And I was only in Albany for like a week once for work. I didn't know anyone. Baltimore, I was there for 2 months, but that was before you were born. Not to be mean, but if you're in college, it was before you were born because I was out of high school, not yet in college then, which was a long time ago. And I went to Baltimore and worked there for 2 months in construction. Had a blasty blast. One of my friends, his brother owned a construction company, and so still does. And so I went and worked for him for a few months because I was bored, and it was fun. And it was super cold there. And you know what? I just saw my old boss, I guess, construction guy, because he came down last year, I think it was December, for a wedding. Because his niece got married here. And I sat down right next to him. And Gene had not seen me in 20-something years. And Gene looks the same, just older. And he was just sitting there. And, here's a weird guy coming in and grabbing a seat and just scooting up right next to him. Gene just ignored me. He's like, okay, whatever. That's Gene, man. He didn't even bother to turn. He's like, I'm just going to ignore this guy. And I went, Gene. He looked at me like, how do you know my name? I went, come on, don't tell me you don't know your favorite ex-employee. He went, I'm sorry? And I said, I'm a friend of your brother Dan's. I said, I came up there back in the late 90s. I worked with you. You had me do that. I got hit in the ankle with a sledgehammer, almost full force. And they rushed me to the hospital because they thought it'd broken my ankle. Didn't even fracture it. It swelled up forever. It hit a stud, broke through the stud, but the guy wasn't paying attention because I was on the other edge, and it broke through the stud and hit me. And I fell over. I mean, I was in pain. And so, and he didn't have me insured, so he said he'd pay for it, but he took me to the hospital, and they just wrapped it, but it was not broken or anything. They ran x-rays on it, but it swole up. I couldn't put my shoe on. Gene was a great guy. He made me change a light bulb at like 30 feet up in the air, and the ladder was so old, it was made of wood. And I was scared to death. I was scared because I hated heights. But Gene didn't want to send anyone else up because I was the lightest one, and he didn't trust the ladder. As they sent me up there, I started telling him all the fun stories. It was there was a demolition crew. He only put 3 of us on. It was a government job, and he thought 3 people. It'll take him 2 weeks because he got paid for 2 weeks. We were so hot. We took out that entire floor in 3 days. And we called him and said, hey, we're done. He went, you can't be done. I told him it'd take 2 weeks. I went, what do we do? He went, do something for 2 weeks. So we walk around picking up one piece of like trash and then walking it all the way to the dumpster and throwing it in. And then doing like games, like doing the alphabet of movies, alphabet of songs, alphabet of artists, alphabet of actors and actresses. I mean, we were just doing everything, just talking about everything. We wasted 2 weeks there on that job. I built an entire office floor from scratch. There was nothing there. We marked the chalk everywhere. Then we put the studs in. Then we hung the drywall one half. And then the electricians came the next day and put the electricity in. And then we put in the second half. I built doors. I built that entire office floor. In 1 week, we built the entire office floor, me and a buddy of mine. And I was shocked that I could build a door. I do want to go back there and see it. But I don't know, dude. My wife has been to Boston and loves it. I think she's going back. Her job, well, not now, but eventually it'll have her traveling again. And she loved Boston. She wants to go back. So you have a better chance at catching the misses. Okay. I don't think I'd make it up that far, brother, but I wish I could. Wish I could. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Hello. Hello. Oh, we did a Prince of the Universe episode on it. It sucked. You're such a jackass. He's right. Now look at that. Now Miss Martin's grabbing all my fame here. Now I'm gonna keep going until oh my gosh. I'm so far behind. I will never catch up. I'm excited. I'm excited. See, everyone's a Miss Martin fan. Everyone's a Miss Martin fan. Brian, doing well. Doing well. How are you, Adam? Did I not review Blade Squadron? I did not. Blade Squadron has its foot in Legends and New Canon. Holy crow. Did I skip Blade Squadron? Did I? I'll have to go back and see. I don't think I did. Wow. Hold on. Let me make a note. Oh, rats. That's Bruce. Hold on just a moment. We're going to end this in a minute. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Sorry. Wrapping up the Q&A. Here, you want to grab a chair? Q&A until hey everyone, look, it's Bruce.
Hey.
All right. Here, just turn it this way.
Fun.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's been a bad day.
Yeah, answering some questions here.
I almost forgot to come here.
Thanks. Let's see. I'm so far behind though. I'm so far behind in these.
Pick something.
Well, I am, but looking for a question.
Steven's here.
If the Star Wars author who wrote New Canon novel personally told you secretly as part of Legends,
If you got from direct source, you have to.
yeah, maybe. I guess. Why would they be talking to me?
We all know who they're talking about.
Oh, obviously it has to be New Joe Order. Board game, video game. That'd be awesome. How many doors is he going to slam out there?
Maybe he's bringing alcohol. It did as well last time.
Stig, you cracked me up. I'm going to email you, Stig. See if you want to join for More Civilized Age. You may not even like the topic, though. You get to see Steven in a minute, too.
I'm guessing Matt forgot that we were coming.
No, I didn't forget you were coming.
I saw.
You want to say hello?
Hey. He's in a Q&A.
I'm just waiting for you guys.
Of course, I brought alcohol.
Okay.
What do you think this is? A boring book review?
I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't know. Which live stream? Are you talking to me? Which live stream? I was hoping I could catch up, but I'm so far behind. That is funny. That is funny. That's good. Favorite scene from the Legacy of the Force books? I don't know, man. There's a lot. I love when Luke keeps him in the chair and it walks away just to prove that he's stronger than Jason. I love that. But there's a lot of good scenes I like from Legacy of the Force. I like I think I said this in my review, but I like when Ben is it's his birthday and he gets that message from R2D2. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Let me see.
No.
No. Put that down.
It could be funny.
No. Mm-hmm. Nope, Scott, but someone's trying to convince me to do that. My buddy Josh Melton, who was on the podcast last month, I think. No, back in late December when he was here, or early January when we recorded. He really likes that game. He wanted to get me to do it. Wanted to get me to play that one. So I'll look into it. There you go. Hey, I want to leave with this one here. If you have an idea for an EU story or whatnot, you can contact me or us through there. I think I'm just missing 4 posts. I have 4 people who told me they're going to get me my articles to me, and they haven't yet. But I still have 4 openings for February, and of course, plenty more. But if you have an idea, let me know. My idea was to do the EU toys. I'm really excited about. My buddy Troy, a long time ago when we started, that was going to be his series, and we actually wrote it all out. I've had that outline of all those toys for a long time, but he was, and some of that stuff was already, I kind of wrote some of my clip notes in there. Well, I found the file. Troy had suffered a heart attack shortly before we launched the site, and he had to take some time off, but he never felt like getting around to it. So I was sitting on it for years, seeing if anyone else wanted to take it, and then I just finally posted them all, and I've loved it. I hope you've liked it too. But anyway, all right, well, we're gonna do the record Prince of the Universe for next Monday. We'll see you later. We're going through the Silo series by Hugh Howley. You got to see it. If you haven't read it yet, do not listen to the podcast. We are doing nothing but spoilers for that. We've done the first book, Wool. The second review, Shift, came out this week. We're doing, right now, we are recording Dust. And then the next week, we're going to do the Silo stories, which is like 3 short stories a road. And then the next week, we're going to do like a big review of it all, kind of giving our ideas of more Silo stories, because fans would give Silo stories. But anyway, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Prince of the Universe, come check it out. It's me. It's Bruce. And it's Steven. Hey! All right, folks. Hey, I'll see you later. Take care. Have fun. Bye-bye.